Hello guys, welcome to the final video of this comprehensive React series. Congratulations on making it this far. Throughout this series, we've covered tons of materials from the fundamentals of React to more advanced concepts, including React hooks, React state management, routing, and of course, we also did API integration. We've learned how to build interactive application with React, handle data from external sources where we did our API calls, manage states, and build real-life projects from this series. I want to take a moment to congratulate you on this amazing process. But now the question is, where do you go from here? So first and first, I would want you to know that it is very important to practice and build real-life projects. The key of becoming proficient in React or any technology at all is practice. While this series has given you the tools and knowledge to get started, the real magic happens when you start building real applications. So I'm going to share with us few project ideas to kickstart your learning journey. You can think of building a to-do list application, a classic application where you can create, update, and delete tasks. You also practice and manage states and handle user input with this application. You can also think of building a weather application where you can connect your app to a weather API to fetch real-time data and display it to your user. What about blog platform and e-commerce? These are fantastic ideas you can think of in your React journey. So before we move over to talk about advanced React topics, I would want us to do a recap of this series. From here, we talked about the introduction, talked about the hello world, talked about understanding folder structure. If you've not seen this video, go back and see them to understand where we started from. Talked about the JSX and React rendering. We talked about understanding state in React. We talked about the understanding components in React, the component demonstration. We talked about understanding props in React, event and event handling, controlled and uncontrolled components, conditional rendering in React, rendering list in React, React hooks, why hooks replace class components. Talked about using use effect, talked about the use context hook, we talked about the use ref hook, we talked about the use reducer hook, we talked about the React router, and we went ahead to talk about navigating with links and use navigate in React. In our 20th video, we talked about navigating with states, passing data between pages. 21st video, we talked about protected route and authentication role-based routing. Right, 22nd, we talked about the state management, local versus global state. We talked about context API versus Redux, when to use each. We talked about Redux toolkit, we talked about async, and we talked about all of this in this channel. Please guys, if at this point you've not subscribed or you've not liked or you've not shared or you've not recommended this playlist to anyone, please do. I am begging you, so we keep building our community. So as you continue your React journey, I want to encourage you to explore some advanced topics that will help you take your skill to the next level. Consider authentication and authorization. You're going to learn how to handle user login, user registration, and protected route very well using tools like JWT or OAuth. You should also consider real-time applications, where you're going to build real-time applications like chat applications or live notifications using WebSockets or Firebase. Also look at topics under state management. If you've used context API, of course we did in this video, and you're comfortable with state management, dive into Redux. We give an introduction to Redux or Zostend to manage complex state in large applications. In the course of a journey, you might also come across GraphQL. If you haven't already, dive deeper into GraphQL and you're going to learn how to use your Apollo client. It's becoming increasingly popular as an alternative for REST API due to its flexibility and efficiency. So you're going to look at topics like this. You're going to look at texting React application, and of course, very important, I'm going to recommend you look at TypeScript. If time permits, we're going to create all of these contents, all of these tutorials, all of these lessons in this channel, and we're going to have it done here, right? So one more thing I would advise us to do is to join React community. If you ever see any React community, please join. It's going to expose you to larger tools and of course, community of good developers. So again, I also encourage us to join in React communities. Of course, one of the best ways to continue learning React is by engaging with the community. There are thousands of React developers out there, and connecting with them can help you grow even faster than you expected, right? Here are some ways to get involved in the community. You can think of contributing to open source. You can think of joining developers forum. You can think of attending meetups and conferences within your locality. You can of course follow React blogs and YouTube channel just as you followed this channel, right? And finally, I will encourage us to learn beyond React. React is just one of the pieces of web development puzzle. To become a well-rounded developer, it's very important to explore other related technology. Here are some next steps for you. You can think of back-end development when you've mastered your React. You can do that with Node.js and Express. You can think of serverless functions. You can think of Vue, mobile app development, and web performance optimization. All of these options are there for you. But before you go get them, get so good at the React you've started. So here's my final word. As you continue on this React journey, remember that growth takes time. Don't rush. Keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep building. There will be times when things seem overwhelming, but persistence is key. Keep pushing, and soon enough, you look back and realize how much you've accomplished. Always keep in mind that React is a tool, but the real value is how you use it to build a meaningful application. Keep challenging yourself with new projects, learn new tools, and most importantly, enjoy the process. I truly hope this series has helped you on your journey to becoming a skilled React developer. If you ever get stuck or need more resources, don't hesitate to seek help from the React community, documentation, or even from this channel. My email is available. You can always email me and I'll come to your rescue. So what next for you? The world of React is vast and full of opportunities. Take everything you've learned here and start building, whether it is your own app, contribution to open source, or even exciting new projects. I'm excited to see what you create. Good luck, guys, and keep coding. That is me, and I'm saying bye on this series. See you in other series, see you in other materials, see you in other tutorials. Bye.